Toyota Tundra and Sequoia recall notice announced, but you may not qualify. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive FST. And that's right, Toyota has announced an important safety recall notice for Tundra and Sequoia, that's hard to say, owners, but you may not qualify. Before we get to it, real quick, if you haven't before, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So I received this just today in the mail. It says equipment recall notice, potentially defective power steering gear, service replacement assemblies. So I popped it open, and by the way, this kind of makes me a little happy that I don't have the Tundra anymore when I first got this, until I actually read it, because I don't have to screw with it. But for those of you that might be affected, let's go ahead and read this. It says here, Dear me, Robmotive. This notice is sent to you in accordance with the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act. Toyota has decided, I think that's nice of them, that a defect which relates to motor vehicle safety exists in 151 power steering gear assembly replacement parts that could have been installed in any 2007 through 2021 model year Tundra vehicle or 2008 through 2022 model year Sequoia vehicle after August 5th of 2021. Now, I checked this out on the web because they don't tell you in the recall notice, but this potentially affects or could affect some of 21,234 Tundras, that's a lot, or 1,228 Sequoias. So it says, you received this notice because our records, which are primarily based on license registration and title data, indicate that you are the current owner of a vehicle on which an involved steering gear assembly could have been installed in your vehicle or gear repair since August 5th, 2021. So obviously me trading in my Tundra did not change the notification process, I guess, for people who own these, which is neither here nor there. That's okay. So what is the condition? If an involved service replacement part is installed in a vehicle, it can leak power steering fluid due to a manufacturing error. If a sufficient amount leaks, power steering assist can be suddenly lost while manual steering remains functional. The loss of power steering assist may increase the steering effort needed and can increase the risk of a crash. So this is pretty important if it applies to you. Now, stay tuned. Don't click off yet because I'm going to tell you why you may not qualify. So what should you do? It says if you have had your steering gear replaced, this is important. If you have had your steering gear replaced since August 5th, 2021, for example, as part of a mechanical or collision repair, please contact any authorized Toyota dealer to schedule an appointment to have your vehicle inspected. And then it goes on to give information as to how to find a Toyota dealer. Now, what will Toyota do? It says here, if you had your power steering gear assembly replaced since August 5th, 2021, or are unsure if the steering gear was replaced, any authorized Toyota dealer will inspect the power steering gear assembly and, if found to be involved, replace free of charge. So all it's going to cost you is time. And speaking of time, it says the inspection will take approximately 45 minutes, figure an hour. If it is determined that your vehicle requires steering gear assembly replacement, it will take approximately 4 to 15 hours to complete, depending on vehicle configuration and inspection results. So if there's other stuff in the way, it sounds like. However, depending on the dealer's work schedule, it may be necessary to make your vehicle available for a longer period of time. So they may have it for a while. They don't know. If you hear a popping sound, now here are the symptoms. So if you're wondering, if you hear a popping sound or grinding noise, and or you experience increased steering effort while operating the vehicle, stop the vehicle in a safe area at the earliest opportunity and contact your local Toyota dealer for assistance. If the vehicle is experiencing the condition described and you are unable to drive the vehicle to the dealership, please contact your local authorized Toyota dealer who will arrange for vehicle pickup. Now, I am assuming, and you know what happens when you assume, that would be free, but they don't state. But I gotta think it is. I mean, if you can't drive the vehicle in to have this done, certainly they're gonna cover the cost of getting it there. Now, they go on to say, and this is the important thing that I mentioned earlier about whether or not you qualify. What if you have not had your steering gear replaced since August 5th, 2021? It says, Toyota is sending notification to owners of vehicles which could, keyword, could have been repaired using an involved steering gear assembly replacement part. If you own your vehicle since August 5th, 2021 and have not, I'll repeat, have not had your steering gear replaced since August 5th, 2021, there is no action required by you. So if you've never had your steering gear replaced, repaired, worked on, you don't qualify for this. You are golden, you are in the clear. That's cool. That would have applied to me on my Toyota Tundra that I traded in recently because I never, at least knowingly, had that steering gear replaced. But this raises a big question, I think. You know, sometimes when dealerships get trucks in, they fix things before they release them to be sold. I mean, this notice supposedly was, or this recall was first initiated in December something of last year. So what I'm curious about is, what if you bought a truck that came in, had that steering gear replaced, unbeknownst to you, you bought the truck and you're wondering. That's where the free inspection comes in. I think that since that can happen, at least the way I understand it, I mean, if a truck comes in and it has scratches or something broken or whatever, they go ahead and fix those things. Cracked windshield, whatever it might be, they go ahead and fix those things and they don't disclose that to you. I've never had a dealership tell me, well, there was a little scrape on the side of the door. You know what happens in shipping, right? And we went ahead and had it touched up. They never tell you that stuff. I've seen those mobile repair guys at dealerships fixing things on new cars and new trucks. So I know that happens. So I would suggest, if you are uncomfortable, to go ahead and get that Tundra in. Again, it says from years 2008 through 2022. That's for the Sequoia. For the Tundra, it's 2007 through 2021. So if you own that model year and you're not comfortable just assuming that it's never been touched because you never touched it, maybe you ought to take it in and have them have a look. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. You ever had your steering gear replaced? Does this involve you? I'd be curious to know. Again, real quick, if you didn't in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. RamBox, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma. And RamBox JT, all about my Jeep Gladiator and all Jeep Gladiators. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.